Hey everybody, this is Andy here in round 3 of a vintage premier event, and our opponent is echecetmat35, and he is on the play. I think this is a reasonable keep from us. Where this would become bad is if he's playing stacks and he drops a chalice on us, but otherwise I think it's a completely reasonable hand, and of course if we're playing against a fish deck of some sort, Triskelion is quite good, so we are going to keep. And okay, so our opponent gets off to a pretty good start here. Time Vault. Okay. So, now we do have a turn 1 Lodestone Golem. However, the problem with that is that does not stop a Voltaic Key. And I think we need to stop that Voltaic Key at all costs. Now, where the problem lies here is that our opponent can actually force of will us. Setting up the vault key, which is pretty good for him. But I do think we have to get, no matter what we do, I think we have to get this chalice out first. And so I think we just play an Ancient Tomb, and if that gets countered, then we'll play a Thorn here. Yeah, there's no way around that. If we had a Workshop, we could play the Thorn first. We'd play our Sapphires and our Moxes, and then play the Thorn into the chalice at 1. But unfortunately, I think we just got to go for it. And next turn, we'll try and jam a Lodestone Golem. And hopefully this resolves. So he looks like he does actually have the Thorn, or the key, which is a little bit unfortunate for us because we're going to lose if that's the case, because we can't stop it. But hopefully he doesn't. Okay, Wasteland's pretty good. So is Sol Ring. I'm just going to play out that Wasteland here. I don't see any reason not to do it, because if he's playing Daze or some darn thing, then we're really in trouble. All right. Well, I say we get a Lodestone Golem out there, eh? See if we can jam one. Lodestone's pretty good. And we'll just have to hope we can get there with this. All right, so 2, 4, 6. I mean, I don't really want to plunk myself for 2 damage here, so I think I'm just going to not. I'm just going to tap my Wastelands here and hope that they're, you know, he doesn't play any non-basics. So he's got a Force here, which is fine. We prefer it not to be the case, but and I don't see any reason to play the Workshop there. And all right, can we get there, guys? Let's plow in here. And I'm not unhappy to draw this Thorn here. And hopefully this is enough to slow him down here. Okay, he did get a black source there. Alright, he got a Dark Confidant out, so that is pretty reasonable. What we need to draw here is a Staff of Nin would be very good. And unfortunately we're fizzling here a little bit. We're drawing an awful lot of lands, but our opponent hasn't done much either, so us getting his Underground Sea there was pretty solid. Okay. So I'm not sure if we're playing against Tezzerator here or we're playing against a bug deck. I do know that we have Wastelands, or that they have Wastelands, and Wastelands are much more common in a bug deck, as is Dark Confidant. Not to say Dark Confidant cannot go into Tez builds, but so as a result of that, I'm definitely going to bring in the other Crucible of Worlds here. Crucible is a very good card against Wasteland, as they're setting themselves further back by wastelanding me and we're able to recur ours. And I don't think we're going to make any other changes here. Quite often with bug decks, they're bringing in Trigon Predators, and I always keep my Duplicant in here, or like to keep it in, as a protective mechanism against it. I will take out one Chalice of the Void because we're on the draw. It's not as good. And of course, if it is truly bug that we're playing against, of course they have Abrupt Decays as well. So, but otherwise, I think this is a reasonable hand, and we're going with it. Well, this is a pretty bad hand because we don't have any Sol lands. Thus, we're not going to have a play for 2 turns with this hand. And I am not crazy about that. So I am, that's the question, do I? Yeah, I'm going to have to ship it back. We just don't have any early plays against our opponent here. This is at least slightly better. However, if we get Wastelanded, it's not. So Mana Crypt's a good card here against us. And I don't think we can play Sphere of Resistance here. The question is do we take his Tropical Island? And I think we might. I mean, we can fall behind pretty quickly here, but I think if we can cripple him here, like if he kept a hand with 1 mana and a Mana Vault in it, knowing he's on the play, then we might get lucky, where he got greedy. And hopefully we can draw into some lands. And okay, so he did not cheat. Okay, so we're going to say Golem here. Unfortunately, we don't have a play. I'm not willing to play a Sphere of Resistance here. You know, if he drops a Tez on me here, then you know there's not much we can do about that. Okay, Brainstorm's a good card. So I think it's safe to say we are playing against a bug deck here. It'd be interesting to know whether our opponent sided that in or he runs that main deck just for stacks, but okay. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a Jace the Mind Sculptor here, and if that's the case, we are oh no, he doesn't have the mana for it. An Abrupt Decay. Alright. That's actually a great play by him. Hopefully we can draw Mishra's Workshop here. And we didn't. Okay. So we're the one who got punished. No play? Just all mana? Yep. Okay. Well, Trinisphere does not yield anything for us other than putting us in trouble if we get Wastelanded. So I am actually just going to leave it alone here. There's no reason to do that. He's just got a distinct advantage on land. So now this, however, I definitely will cast. Very powerful. If we can get this through, we're in great shape. Get it through and keep it, that is. I don't think I'm going to play it, use the Wasteland here, because if he has an Abrupt Decay, yes, which he does, he's going to take our Crucible here. And I feel glad that we did that. Because now we have another land, and hopefully he doesn't get with a Wasteland here. And one of the nice things about this versus a bug deck is he's going to have a lot of hard time dealing with a Lodestone Golem here, I would suspect. So we will play the Workshop here. And we are going to play a Lodestone Golem. Is that correct? Or do we just want actually... Yeah, no, we're going to get the Golem in. I think that's essential right now. And next turn we'll try a jam a Worm Coil. Like, we want him to try and use his resources up here. Once again, I don't see any purpose in playing a Sphere or a Trinisphere in this situation. He just has so much mana resources, it doesn't make any sense, because if we get Wastelanded, all of a sudden we're buried behind our stuff. Okay, so Maelstrom Pulse is actually a really nifty little play from him here. As I say, though, I still feel very comfortable with the amount of resources we have here. And I think this time we're going to try the Triskelion. I just don't feel under any tremendous pressure here against him. And if he gets the Triskelion, then he is definitely the weakest of all our cards here. And I'm just fine with that. Makes you wish you had a Worm Coil in play for sure, but that's okay. We can't win them all. And if he attacks in here, then so be it. Does he have another Maelstrom Pulse? Okay, nice card. Definitely a good one against us. Drawing 3 cards is always handy. Oh, no. Don't Valkyrie me out. I'd be very sad if that happened. Okay. Well, I think we got to plow in here. Yeah, once again, he's just got so many resources. I think I am going to try and get... You know, we're not in danger of dying here. I feel like we need to try and jam this guy here. And, you know, hopefully he can't remove him. The question is do we... I'm going to play the Sphere now because I want to be able to remove it next turn. He just has so much mana here. Like, there's no point in really wastelanding him. He's just got so much mana. Particularly with the Voltaic Key and Mana Crypt. So I am not going to wasteland. I'm just going to hold my ground here. And hopefully he doesn't have anything. Because what we can do here is, I think next turn, I'm going to go for a Steel Hellkite. Interesting. Very interesting play. Why would he do that? Alright, well, if he's got a lightning bolt of some sort, then so be it. I'm not sure what that yields. Okay, let's see. So, a lot of mana being tapped here. Hopefully it's not a Tezzeret. Oh, interesting. Okay, Toxic Deluge is actually really good here. So, he did it for 4. Yeah, so that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense, and I think that's a perfectly reasonable play from him. Okay, so now he's going in for the vault, or for the Time Vault, and I guess we just die. Yep, nicely played. So we are going to take his Tellurian Academy here. And if he gets a win condition down, we'll ship it. Okay, so there he goes. Yeah, he can just make all his artifacts big. So interesting. We are playing against Tezzerator. I didn't think we would see that, but so does that change anything? Interesting to see Wasteland in his deck. I mean, even with him attacking into the Kadaltha Forge Master, it didn't really matter if he paid an extra life there or not. It was insignificant. I do like Crucible, but maybe I'll take out a Triskelion and I'll play a Precursor Golem. Maybe not, actually, because he's got Dark Confidence in there. I think this is fine. So this is not a very good hand, but I think I just keep it. Having the Cavern of Souls here is pretty good, and Crucible can definitely buy us some time, so it's not great, though. And let's just hope that we draw some threats. That is the key here. What we don't want to see here is a Dark Confidant or a Trigon Predator. That would all be very bad for us. And a Trigon Predator, huh? Wow. Well, I guess we're going to have to try and get this through here, this Tangle Wire. It's our, you know, it's just, we're just going to have to try and Tangle Wire him down. That's all we can do. And unfortunately for us, Tangle Wire is going to slow us down quite significantly, so we just have to hope our opponent has no more resources here. And he does. It's pretty nice. Workshop. Close. We didn't get there. Okay. Well, I don't see a reason to do that. I'm just gonna... Yeah, jeez. We got caught by a Trigon Predator and we kept a pretty lousy hand, so, I mean, there's not much we can do about it. What we need to find here is a duplicant or a metamorph. Hopefully he goes for my Tangle Wire here, but he won't. Yeah, he's just after my permanents here. So this is really unfortunate. We need to draw land here now. On the off chance we draw a Workshop. Yep. Getting hated out, guys. It's unfortunate because I felt like we had a pretty reasonable matchup here, but Trigon Predator is good against us. So unfortunately our opponent is just in absolute full control of this game. And puts a significant dent in our hopes for top 8. We pretty much have to be flawless from here. Very interesting deck, actually. It's a hybrid between I guess Tezzerator and Bug. He's got the facets here. But in all fairness, I think we erred keeping the hand that we did in Game 3. We just didn't have any disruption for him, and as a result, he dropped a turn 2 dive Trigon Predator on us, and you know, you just can't win games like that. So probably deserved it a little bit, but we had a chance in Game 2 to wrap it up, and we had a very solid game going, but sometimes you just can't beat Voltaic Key and Time Bolt. Very sad. I'm not sure what my opponent's decision is here. He's got a mitt full of cards. Okay. Really nice play by him, exiling my land there. And now the game is surely over. We cannot beat this.